So we began our adventure in the village of Urzen, which is kind of a wandering village built on the back of these horizon-back tortoises that travels through the Broken Vale Marsh. And our intrepid party of adventurers were hired by the reigning. You were hired by Lord Bufal II, who is kind of, although not the sovereign of Urzen, that title is held by Sunbreaker Olamon, who defeated Ogre Lord Bufal I in combat to assume a dominion over the village of Urzen and bring them under the fold of the Kryn dynasty. However, Sunbreaker Olamon resides primarily in the Kryn dynasty capital, and Ogre Lord Bufal is really the leader of this community, although not the true political sovereign. So, he was the one who hired you to go and investigate the disappearance of his trusted advisor and warlock of the community, Bulbara, who disappeared some days back after she had gone into the marsh to forage for spell components. So, you also enlisted the help of a hobgoblin named Morgan. He has some familiarity traversing these swamps and has proved a helpful guide, specifically when you ran into some poisonous snakes right off the bat, and Humberto was almost insta-killed. Morgan came to the rescue with an anti-venom. You then rested and proceeded out the next day to get lost in the swamp. However, you found an interesting object sunken in the marshes at the cost of Ken contracting sewer fever. And venturing yet deeper into the marshes, you came across a cave that was surrounded by purple mushrooms and a moat of swampy water, where Humberto identified these as toxic mushrooms and warned everyone to stay away, but was able to identify a path leading through the mushrooms to the cave entrance that you could traverse slowly. And as you proceeded up this path towards this cave mouth, that is where we will pick up. As you enter the vine-draped entrance to this cave, it is dimly lit inside. And yeah, what is the marching order here? I believe Humberto, you said you were first. Alright, who is behind him? Alright, so next we have Altias. Oops. Morgan will bring up the rear behind Ken. And I will now unpause. So, Humberto, how do you proceed into this this dimly lit cave? Yeah, so I mean, looking down, you just see the cave entrance, and it goes in about 15 feet and turns to the left. Okay, so you walk around the corner, and you see several small frog-like creatures holding makeshift spears. And sitting in the central part of this cavern, you see a pile of their loot that they are guarding fiercely. And we will now enter initiative. Yeah, so you can walk through your allies. Also, for reference, the entire interior here, except where you see actual stone, is considered difficult terrain. Yeah, amphibians and reptiles are completely different. Humberto, make an insight check on yourself to see if you're a frog. So, yeah, as you all come storming into this cave, the bullywugs turn, and this one like starts to hop at you, but you blast it with the ray of frost and knock it back on its ass. He's gonna come up and seeing you blast his ally, and he's going to come at you. Oh, that's a 21 to hit. All right. You take 3 piercing damage as he stabs you with his spear. He's gonna come over here and he's gonna go for Humberto. So crit 20. Yeah, this frog has teeth. Again, critical hit. Roll damage. 4. Surfacing from the muck, rising up. You see 2 giant toads rising out of the muck. They're using their turn to appear. So Morgan will come round the corner, and seeing what we have walked into, oh, damn bullywugs! Come and get me! And he will charge into battle here. Seeing Tygar with a spear in his ass, he's going to run over and try to help you, so he can actually run up. As he, yeah, so this was the one that lost his spear. So Morgan slashes him as he is unguarded. He's able to land a strike with his sword. Alright, so that puts us back at the top, Ken. It's your turn. Of 13. So, yeah, so the frog is able to dodge out of the way of this. The bullywug. Now let's make the toad's saving throw. Oh, so he fails. So the toad is going to take massive damage here. Yeah. Oh my goodness. 12. Okay. So yeah, so you take this shattered, splintered makeshift spear that the bullywug has, and you magically enchant it and catapult it towards this bullywug, who sees it, and he's able to actually duck, but it continues behind him towards this giant toad that is now emerging from the water, and he is unable to dodge this. And it actually impacts into one of his eyes. He is not happy about this. Actually, I'm going to say that toad, after taking a spear to the eye, it will submerge back into the water. He wants no part of this now. Humberto, you are up. So yeah, he as you get this close, he lashes out with his tongue, and you're able to like dodge and duck under it with your roguish agility, and you unleash a line of lightning. Okay, so what that does, that fries all of these bullywugs. All 3 of them are just fucking toast. And then with a crack of thunder, lightning arcs out of Humberto's mouth and skewers all 3 of these bullywugs, and there's a moment where like there's a flash of light and you can see their skeletons, and then they just drop charred to the ground and sink into the muck. But yeah, Altias, you're up. So as you wind up and bring a baseball swing with your shillelagh, not realizing how close you are to Morgan, and you smack him in the back of the head. He goes, oh, what the hell, you asshole. He says, fuck this, I'm out of here. And he starts running for the exit. That is exactly the amount of damage you need to do. As you rip it out, it rips the eyeball out leaving a gaping wound, which causes this frog to expire dead. Oh. So yeah, in the middle of the cave here, like in this area here where there's a smaller area of dry land, there is a small trove of bullywug treasure, otherwise known as junk. This consists of shiny metal scraps and worthless polished stones, forged from various corners of the swamp, as well as a few items of interest which stand out within the heap. So among the worthless goods collected by the bullywugs, you find an elven unbroken glass bottle of assorted shapes and sizes, a crude short sword with artful etchings in its blade. This looks like it was probably similar in design to those that you saw in Urzen, but probably the goblin make crude armaments that you saw. But this one is kind of a cut above the rest. It has some adornments, but still a short sword. There's a tarnished suit of dwarf-sized plate mail crafted from a curious alloy, a magnifying glass with a silver frame and handle, a copper tankard inscribed with an intricate image of vines, and a jar that is half full of glass marbles plus 5 tiger's eye gemstone marbles. However, you are still lost in the swamp. If you had not disenfranchised Morgan, he had the map. You might have been able to figure it out, but you exit the cave. It's now getting to be later in the day. It's certainly mid to late afternoon at this point. As you exit the cave, you see the skies fading of light. However, you also notice on the horizon there are some storm clouds gathering. As you exit the cave, it's actually kind of off to your right hand side. You see the sky seems to be darkening with storm clouds. So I'll say you move away from here, but it's coming towards the end of the day, unless you want to continue moving through the swamp at night, which you are certainly welcome to do. Yeah, so we will pick this up here. It will say this is towards the evening, the late afternoon, evening of your second day in the swamp, and yeah, we will see what you guys want to do, unless you guys want to declare a rest now. So yeah, so I'll say that Morgan had the map, and you guys had taken a look at the map. So go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, Altias. Make an intelligence check to see if you can remember what the map looked like. So yeah, I'll say you're able to remember pretty well what the map looked like, and given what the path that you guys took was fairly straight, so you were able to mark where that meteor was. Yeah, and so is the group's consensus that you want to take a rest here to end this day? So yeah, what we'll do is you guys are gonna get the benefits of the long rest, but you're gonna need to make constitution checks. Since you camped in the swamp without finding high ground, and you may or may not become afflicted with the sewer plague. All right, yeah, that's fine. No, that's fine. Yeah, we will pick that up next time on D&D.